Just a quick one, guys, before we get into today's video. I want you to check out the channel's official clothing store, RFC Clothing. Each design is limited edition and is perfect to wear on a match day, on the terraces at Ibrox, down your local, or cozy in the comfort of your own home. Do browse our t-shirts by going down into the link in the description or going to rfcclothing.com. Anyway, let's get into today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, in today's video, as always, here to bring you up to date with all of the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. That includes some huge transfer news, as Rangers have reportedly opened talks over a potential winger deal. We'll get into that, of course, and get into the details a little bit later on, but there was also a bit of a shock news, whatever you can call it that, with regards to Cyril Dessers, that he rejected a big money summer move this transfer window. Yes, Cyril Dessers was reportedly close to leaving Rangers this summer until he shut down a move to Atalanta United. Of course, the 29-year-old divides opinion among fans, but scored 22 goals in all competitions during his debut season in Scotland last year. The Nigerian international has already notched 3 this season and has been the clear number 9 favourite for Philippe Clement since his obviously arrival in early October. Earlier this summer, it was speculated that Dessers could swap the Scottish Premiership for PAOK in Greece. However, this amounted to absolutely nothing in the end. Now, though, it has become apparent that Dessers rejected a transfer to the MLS this summer. Italian journalist Luca Bononi, who works for Gianluca Di Marzio, claims a move to Atalanta United was on the cards. It said that the American side and Rangers held discussions over a potential $6 million deal, which is around £4.6 million for Dessers, with a deal at the end of negotiations very, very close. That was until the player stepped in the way and any switch did fall through. So Rangers were willing to sell Cyril Dessers this summer, but it was Dessers that decided not to go. So I mean, that's obviously going to divide opinion and stuff like that, but yeah, the thing is with Dessers, obviously he's got the commitment. He really does love the football club. It's very clear to see, and I think he really wants to do well at Rangers. And I think for his sake as well, he's probably just sick of moving around as well and wants to really find a home. And I feel like he might have found that sort of love here, and he feels like he can back himself to be, Rangers' best sort of striker. And I wish him all the best in that sort of endeavour, and I hope people won't be screaming, "We should have sold you for £6 million throughout the season," when he misses a few sitters. But as I said with Dessers, I don't mind him staying around. I've kind of changed to the fact that, we want to get him out. My point is, I just don't think we can rely on him the whole season. And again, as I always keep on saying, I hope I'm wrong with this sort of stuff. I really do hope I'm wrong. But I just don't think we can rely on him for a whole season. That's why I've always campaigned for another striker. And I still do believe we need another striker before the end of the transfer window. Because even Danilo, I do think hanging your hat on him at this moment in time, whilst he's returned back from an injury that he's had, is quite frankly suicide. So having just Dessers as our only striker, Danilo just coming back from an injury over a long period, over a long season domestically and in Europe, I think is a bit suicide. So I wouldn't be doing it personally, but it looks like the Rangers board want to go that way. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the whole Dessers situation there. How do you feel about him deciding to stay put at Ibrox and reject a move to go to Atalanta? Guys, Atalanta wouldn't have been paying him peanuts either. He would have been getting the wages that he was going to be getting. I think it's more from a professional fact that he's chose to stay at Rangers. So credit to him for that. But yes, they obviously keep on scoring goals, and hopefully he can continue to do that for us going into this season. Now, going on to some transfer news, guys. Reports have came out from good sources. As I said, it's from a good source, otherwise the story wouldn't be here with you today. And that is that Rangers have made contact with Croatian international Josip Brekalo. The 26-year-old, who plays for Fiorentina but spent last season out on loan at Hajduk Split after not being able to really get into the team as much, now seemingly is considered to be down the pecking order in the Serie A side with 2 years left on his deal. Now it seems like an optimum time for the Italians to sell the attacker. Brekalo Brecalo can play on either wing or comfortably in the number 10 position. He is a former teammate of former Rangers defender Nikola Katic. And according to Italian journalist Nico Schirera, who is very reputable by the way, Philippe Clement and his recruitment staff have inquired about the one-time £8.5 million player. He wrote on social media, Rangers have asked for info on Josip Brecalo, who could leave Fiorentina in the next few days. It's not clear yet whether any potential move would be a loan deal with an option or buy or permanent transfer. Brecalo has 35 caps to his name for his country, scoring on 4 occasions. So yeah, it does seem as though we are looking at the winger position. I don't see this being too much of a coincidence that yesterday we brought you to the news that Sima looks like he's going out on loan or potentially making a transfer to Brest out in France. So I think we have been monitoring Sima for a very, very long time, and maybe at the hope of potentially getting him on the final days. But the fact that he looks like he's going out to France has made us sort of go out for plan B and plan C, because I do think it's clear that we need a new winger. So Brecalo is a player that we are being heavily linked to, and reports are stating that we've even made contact with Fiorentina to try and broker a deal. Still early days just yet, of course, but from a very good source. As I said, it's not from the Scottish Sun or anything like that. It's from a decent Italian source. And yeah, contact has been made, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to get a deal done. We've inquired to see if we can make a deal potentially happen. In terms of the player himself, again, I'm not going to lie, like most of Rangers transfers, I don't really know too much about the player. However, in terms of his sort of stats, if you like, he's 26 years old, he's 5'10". I think he made like 14 appearances last year, obviously for Hajduk Split. As I said, in terms of his 12 starts, 2 goals, 8 assists. So he does have some numbers to his game, and you could probably say, well, if he's playing in a bit more of a dominant team, then he might be able to get more assists. But it's not like a player like Sam Lammers was. He's coming to the table with 0 assists or 0 goals. So yeah, not too bad in terms of the stats, in terms of what he's got. Well, actually, it's very good, to be fair, you know. As I said, he's played 14 appearances, 12 of those being starts. He's got 8 assists and 2 goals. I mean, that's not too bad at all, and that's in the sort of Croatian league. I'm not too sure. My Croatian football knowledge is pretty poor. I don't know if Hajduk Split won the league or anything like that. But either way, maybe say Zagreb. But anyway, it's irrelevant. But either way, he looks like he's got some numbers to his game. And reports are stating that Rangers have made contact. Rangers are in talks to try and get a deal over the line. But certainly, a winger is something that we need. I think that's something we're very, very short in. And I would think it would be absolute suicide if we didn't get the deal done for a winger before the end of the transfer window. But at least we've got a bit of movement. And at least we're not stagnant. And at least we're not just keeping Rabbi Matondo and, well, like Vasilev Cherny. But at least they're not just going to be our 2 options with Scott Wright. So yeah. But guys, that's all I've got for you guys. As always, do let me know your thoughts on all of the news we discussed down there in the comment section below. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you check out our summer collection. Link is down there in the description, or go to rfcclothing.com. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.